Hey guys, hope you're all doing really well. Somber day today. I'm sure most of you already know that Eddie Van Halen passed away last night. You know, I was sitting there watching TV last night and my wife Bindi said to me, "Oh, Eddie Van Halen's passed." She was basically checking news, Twitter, I don't know what she was doing, but she told me. And I must admit, I was in complete and utter disbelief when I heard her tell me that. It had such an incredible impact, and I didn't realize that it would until she told me the news. Now, I know he's been battling with throat cancer for a number of years. He had gone to Europe earlier this year for treatment, and there was talk about his condition worsening and stuff. But actually receiving the news, had absolutely no idea what kind of impact it would have, and it reminded me of the impact that Eddie Van Halen had, not just on myself, but millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of guitar players and musicians. I checked my Facebook feed and all I could see while I was scrolling was Eddie Van Halen, and it was the reality of it. It was just the impact that he had on our lives as musicians, as guitar players. You know, it was just incredibly deep. Just to put this into perspective, this is the guy who's basically the next Jimi Hendrix. That's how much impact he had on the guitar world. He shook it to its foundation. He lit it on fire and just absolutely incinerated everything that had gone before and carved a path for what was to come. All of our heroes that have followed after that time, basically it was because of Eddie. That's how profound a figure he was. Just totally incredible. I posted on Facebook last night that he lit the world on fire with a smile and energy, and that was so true. The one really deep impression I always had of Eddie was just that beaming smile. Every photo you saw, when you saw him on stage, he was just smiling. He was so happy. He was kind of playing guitar, he was up there, he was entertaining, he was doing what he absolutely loved. Many of you don't know this, but for a short time I was in a Van Halen tribute band. We were rehearsing kind of, and we were about to go out on the road, and the band decided not to actually pursue it because at the time, which was 2006, the music scene had kind of like crumbled a little bit and there wasn't so much demand for it. And you know, just to bring this home, about 2 weeks ago, the drummer from that band, a guy named Paul Dinage, he actually messaged me on Facebook and we've reconnected. I'm going to talk to the guy later on today. It's just bringing home the reality of that impact that Eddie had. You know, a couple of years ago I did a video where I did lots of different styles of guitar players, and I did a section where I did this Van Halen-esque track. You know what? It's one of the most fun things I have done musically for all of my life, to be honest. You know, all of the recordings that I've done, all of the stuff that you've seen by me, that was just an incredible moment to actually just create that track and play it, because it just had that energy of Van Halen. It had that energy of Eddie. While I was playing it, I was smiling, I was bouncing around in my chair down here, and it just felt great. And it summed up who Eddie was as a guitar player and as a musician. You know, this has had a profound effect on absolutely millions of people around the world, and there are lots of tears, lots of memories. So replace that one. And Eddie was such an incredible innovator as well. We play guitars with humbuckers in them, right? These Strat style guitars with humbuckers. Eddie was the guy who took a chisel and basically got a Strat body and chiseled out the cavity and put a Gibson humbucker in the bridge. He's the guy who kind of like, you know, got the Floyd Rose into everybody's hands, you know, Marshall amps. Another guy who was playing a Fender style guitar into a Marshall amp. Ring any bells? You know, his sound, the Brown sound, was just, you know, everybody wanted that. Once Eddie came on the scene, you know, with the tapping, with the guitar pyrotechnics that he did, everybody wanted to be Eddie. And we've all wanted to be Eddie at some point in our guitar playing. I have students who are quite young now, and they're into Eddie. This guy basically transcended generations, and you know what? He's going to continue to do that. You might have seen the song that I released last week, 20 years. There's a line in there which says, "Heroes never die, all the traces that they leave. Memories last forever, even though we grieve." And it's so true. The impression that he left, the footprints in the sand he left, are so deep that his inspiration, his influence is gonna last forever. He's still with us. His music is still with us. You know, what he left as a legacy in his music is gonna last for generations to come. Another beautiful memory I have is a couple of years ago in 2018, right after NAMM, my buddy Jeff Goble and I drove to Los Angeles, and we were going to do some stuff around Los Angeles. On the way, Jeff said to me, "Hey, why don't we head to Pasadena and go and see Eddie Van Halen's house where he grew up?" And you know what? That day turned into one of the most amazing days for us, because we did the Van Halen trail, as we called it. So we started at Eddie's house, and then we basically kind of, you know, drove around Pasadena to where his high school was, and you know, where he played some gigs and stuff, where David Lee Roth's house is, and stuff like that. And it was just a magical experience. And this morning I also learnt that Johnny Nash, the man who sang "I Can See Clearly Now," passed away as well. Two legends passing away on the same night leaves a profound sadness, you know, in our hearts and souls. So I know we're all really sad today at the passing of Eddie Van Halen. Amazing person, guitar player, such an impactful, inspirational musician and person. But let's also celebrate the legacy that he left behind, the inspiration which he's left us with, and all the good memories, the beautiful music which is going to last for absolutely generations to come. You know, what we pass on, because we've been inspired by Eddie Van Halen, what we pass on to our students, that's going to continue. It's that inspiration which actually started at guys like Van Halen. So it's going to continue to last. Remember, heroes never die. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day. I'm going to share some of my own music with you, which is Van Halen inspired, some Van Halen music which I played, and also I'm going to show you the Van Halen trail, the Pasadena trail. Keep those good memories in your heart, and let's celebrate Van Halen today. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. There's a train coming down the tracks. There's a train coming down the tracks. Brighton, somewhere near Anaheim. In my English accent now.
Tell him, Jay.
Hey guys, it is Monday and I'm with Jeff. Jeff is such a cool guy. I've loved hanging out with this guy. He's such a sweet. I'm gonna miss you when I go back.
Yeah.
We are. Tell them where we are.
We're in Pasadena, California.
Yeah.
At the original home of Eddie Van Halen and his brother Alex. Here, and it's still rocking. It's a rental house, actually, from what I understand. And this is where they had their first little band together, and apparently they played in the front foyer.
That must have been pretty cool for the street, especially with that 100-watt Marshall.
Right. Yes.
I can imagine being down the street there somewhere, and it's like, hey,
tell those kids to stop playing drums and guitar in there.
Goddamn kids!
It's pretty tight. It's a pretty tight house to house here. I mean, that's really close for drums. I mean, can you imagine?
Right.
Yeah, the men right there in that room. Well, they have the garage out back, but I think it's we can kind of get to it. But we'll go back there in a second and check it out.
Awesome.
Cool.
This is a beautiful area.
Very beautiful.
Check it out. Pasadena is just a stunning area anyways. I've been here before and it's always a pleasure to come back. And wow, piece of rock history. Ed's house. Ed and Alex's house. Yeah.
I'm here with Jay, and he's been rocking with me all week this week. Yay! At NAMM. So we thought we'd come over to Pasadena and take a look at the house again.
We're filming each other filming.
That's right.
Yeah.
YouTube. That's us, man.
YouTube.
Creators.
We are. So behind me is the garage where apparently the famous guitar, the striped guitar, initially
black and white.
Eddie did it black and white, didn't he?
Black and white, yeah.
And was it electrical tape that he used for the white on that one as well?
Some of it was electrical tape.
Right.
Part of it was striped, actually with painter's tape, and then he added, I think, the small lines.
Right.
Were actually electrical. Cool. It was a combination. That if you look at some of the early pictures of it, you can see just the lines, the big lines. So yeah, somebody's been in there once and taken pictures, and there's actually overspray.
Wow.
Black overspray.
Right.
I mean, I don't know who got in there, but back then, but not long ago, this was not fenced. There was like a chain right here. That's simple. Somebody got in there and taken some pictures.
There you go. That's where it happened. Rock history. Van Halen style. Or styly.
Styly.
Or fitty styly. Fitty 150. This is Pasadena High. This is where the Van Halen boys went to school.
Alright, next stop is Pasadena High School. Where the Van Halens went to high school. There are pictures of it.
And I'm at Pasadena High School now with Jeff. Jeff's doing some videos as well at the moment. And this is where the Van Halens went to school. David Lee Roth went to a different school, but this is where the boys studied, and you can see the auditorium in the background. They apparently played here. I don't know if it's the original one from back in the day when they were kids, but hey, another piece of rock history here. I wonder where the idea. So, question: did Hot for Teacher come from here? Now that City Hall features in an episode of Columbo. Yay!
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Wow,
It's
look at
one with Patrick McGowan.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It's a stunning building. Yeah, I remember this all. Wow.
The destination is on your right. Pasadena Civic Auditorium.
Wow, this is really cool. We're at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. I haven't been here since 2013 when Bindi and I came here for an I Can Do It conference, a Hay House I Can Do It conference. Brings back memories. Pasadena is such a lovely area. Love it here, and it's so good to see this place again. And the Van Halen connection, they played here as well. How cool is that? Grew up in the area, went to school, and ended up playing auditoriums like this. How fantastic is that? So, the Van Halen connection, I'm going to let Jeff tell this one as well.
Yeah, this is the Pasadena Civic. It's where one of the most famous bootlegs from '77, I think it was recorded. And it's an awesome bootleg, and at the end they give a shout out to Ted Templeman because they just been signed to Warner Brothers.
Right.
And then I think they were going into the studio, or may have already been in the studio, because the album came out February 10th, '78. So this is probably obviously before that, in '77, that the bootleg was recorded, or maybe right around the same time. And they give a big shout out to Ted Templeman. I think it's You Really Got Me. They go off into, and they used to sell this place out. They used to do their own gigs, promote their own gigs, and I think it's like 3,000 people they could get in here on their own, which is, for a local band, that's pretty amazing.
It really is a fairy tale story. Yeah. They went from living over there, playing the high school, to playing
little bitty places. They played. There's a park here in town too. They played at, and different things. But yeah, they went from little bitty nowhere to this room to the world. Amazing.
You're on the Van Halen tour with Jeff and Jay.
That's right.
On this sunny day.
Beautiful sunny.
See what I did there?
This is the street.
This is the street. Now I can tell you where we are. This house coming up. Not this one.
Next one.
I think it's this one here.
Right here, yeah.
This used to be the house in Back to the Future. Yay! This one has been completely changed. In fact, they've packed the old one into the DeLorean, taken it into the future, and it looks completely different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the street.
But this is the street. This is where it happened. This is where they filmed the movie, and it's a gorgeous street. The power of love is a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing, make a house disappear.
That's right.
You know they're gonna think we're crazy, right?
Right. Like what?
I have news for you. We are.
We tried. It just disappeared.
Can't find it. They took it away. Damn it.
Damn Hollywood. There it is. Pasadena Civic, not Civic, City College. Colorado Boulevard. Van Halen's went to college, at least for a little while. Sorry, just running a red light. I did.
Oh. So we're still on the Van Halen trail. We're on Colorado Boulevard where Eddie bought the Variac. And we've just passed Pasadena City College as well, where the guys originally met. I guess the band started down there?
More or less. You got the whole group together there, as far as the four of them. Which is pretty cool.
Cool.
I wonder what that place was called. I can forget that it's Dow Radio is what he called it. I bet it's not still here, of course.
They have some cool architecture down here. Like that.
School of Rock.
School of Rock. Yeah.
For the young rockers.
And that castle back there, which was completely random.
Right. Wow, I didn't know there were still Office Depots in the world.
This is the Office Depot that Van Halen bought his paper clips from. No, I'm joking. I have no idea.
So his property line starts down here at the bottom of the hill. And the steps you saw, they're right over, you see that first, so the ivy starts right here?
Right.
That's where that first gate is.
Right.
You see it up over there?
Got you.
See the house? You can barely see it. You know, can't even on your own way to look. But this is the entire property.
Wow.
The destination is on your left. 455 Bradford Street. Arrived.
We're at Dave's house. We're going for tea.
We're gonna get thrown in jail.
Alrighty. Check it out. Look, look, look.
You see it?
It's David Lee Roth's house. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I can't see it.
Jeff and I are still on the Van Halen trail today. And, oh wow.
I can see the driveway.
Behind these gates, you can see the driveway there. This is David Lee Roth's house. It's his family home. He used to live here as a kid. This is where Van Halen used to rehearse as well.
And Beat 'em and Smile Band.
Wow, awesome. So Steve Vai was here as well.
Pretty much anybody that's
Didn't
been
you say-
invited to the Van Halen rehearsals have been in this garage down here. Or it's, I don't know if it's straight ahead or right down there, or it's underneath the house.
So we've basically popped round for tea. Jeff and I, and Dave.
This is what you got to do to get to David Lee Roth's house.
Absolutely, yeah. It's an amazing property, though. It really is. It's huge. I'm gonna try and show you. You can probably see this this ivy down here, and this 9-foot essentially bush, or what, 10-foot, or whatever it is. And it basically goes down for a couple of blocks, and that's the size of the property. It is really, really big, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful here. So here it is. Let me show you. You can see a little bit of it through the gate. So there you go, guys. Bringing you the Van Halen trail today is Jay and Jeff. Peace.
Kill it. But man, that's amazing how far that goes down.
Right.
The entire property down here. I don't think we can walk down there and see anything. That's a cool flag he's got up in there.
We're going to walk a little bit. We're going to walk down the street. I want to show you how far this goes down. It's a beautiful area. It's a perfect day for it as well. Hey Jeff, How did it feel seeing David Lee Roth's bush?
I'm excited, man. Can't see through it. Well, we're fixing to walk on this driveway trying not to get thrown in jail.
Right. Yeah.
This probably happens every day.
Yeah.
All the time. Look at this snake is through here. I can't get, I'm not tall enough. There you go.
Hey Jeff, you remember in '79 when he was asked about girls? Dave?
So what?
Do you know what his answer was?
What?
I ain't talking about love. Sorry. So there you go, guys. What an amazing day. We've just gone on the Van Halen trail today. I didn't expect that, and it's been amazing because I love Pasadena. I was in Pasadena in 2013 with my wife Bindi, and it's been awesome just hanging out with Jeff and seeing Van Halen's original home in Pasadena, then going to the high school, and then
Civic.
we went back to the future.
We did that.
Yeah. Then we went to the Civic Center where they played, and that's basically where I'd come to in Pasadena, so it was amazing seeing that. Then we went to City College.
Yep, Pasadena City College.
And now we came to see the 200 foot, 11 foot high wall.
11,000 square foot house.
Yeah, 11,000 square foot house of David Lee Roth. And we have just come out after having a really nice cup of tea and a piece of cake.
We tried to get him
not
to
really.
Be on the Roth show, but he
Yeah.
wouldn't let us be on the Roth show. His
Oh,
YouTube
wow.
channel, man.
Yeah.
He's too hip for our YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Yeah, we got to go, dude. We got things to do.
That's right, we got an interview to shoot
Yeah.
over in Burbank.
See you guys. Now that garage is famous. So Jeff and I just stumbled across this. This is Doc Brown's house from Back to the Future. How cool is that? And Jeff spotted it. Well done, Jeff. You rock, man.
No, I knew it. Show him the garage.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out. There's the garage. That's where Marty plugged into that huge amplifier and basically just blew it up, and he was thrown across the room. It's so awesome. So this is turning into the Van Halen Back to the Future trail today. Especially because the house on the Back to the Future house is now in the future. You heard it here first. Crazy as a box of frogs. What can we do?
Whoa. Rock and roll.
All right, this is how famous Jeff is. Check this out. Check this out. All right. Yeah. Own parking space.
Yeah,
Yeah. Boom.
that suck. I got friends in Hollywood.
That's awesome.
I'm hanging out with the man.
Yeah, my man almost got you killed. Drug you all over Pasadena
Oh, I'm glad you did.
and everywhere else you could.
Yeah, a
Crazy-
great time today.
Crazy stuff today.
It's been incredible.
Crazy stuff.